Yo, what's up, people? Welcome to Talk Beta. I am Dante Afan from IBOMBLOG Media. Here with me, I have amazing personalities. I have someone very spectacular. Yeah, oh my God. Okay, at my right, I have Pastor Emmanuel Udo. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and at my left, I have oh my God, I'm blushing already. I have Christina John. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Today we want to discuss something that most people don't really take it to be something serious, but I have critically looked at this subject matter, and I think it's something that we should deliberate on, and that's why we are having you today on the show. So we are talking about addiction, the subject of addiction.
Okay.
Yes. So there are not so many people that have an understanding of these things. You get.
Mm.
So at first we want to start by at least helping people to understand what addiction is. So I think I should go. Okay, let me start with you, Miss Christina John. Please, could you at least help us understand the subject of addiction, what it entails?
Well, addiction is, according to scholars, is the an intense urge to indulge in certain things, certain behaviors that, although they are harmful, but they give you the satisfaction you want at a certain period of time. So that to me is addiction.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Thank you very much. So let me pass to Emmanuel. Please, could you throw more light to what she had already said?
What she's saying is quite true,
Okay.
but I want to make it plain that addiction include it's something unable to stop or doing when you discover that you are being attached to a particular harmful substance or something which you love doing, which is not really balanced to your physical or
Psychology
psychological
Yeah.
state.
state of life.
Okay. Okay. So there's something you just said now, and it keeps me pondering. Uh, is it that we have certain, are they positive addictions or negative addictions? Is there something like that? Because I heard someone say I'm addicted to singing, and then he says, but without taking something that makes me high, I cannot really sing perfectly. He's addicted to singing, but he's
Yeah,
saying there is
yeah.
something he has to take to
To
make it be
make,
addicted.
yeah,
You
yeah,
understand?
yeah.
So is there anything like positive or negative addiction? Is there something like that?
I will comment by saying that we have positive, we have negative addiction.
Wow, really?
Addiction, yeah,
Okay,
we can't just adopt it that addiction is negative. No,
okay.
Yeah.
we have also positive
Positive.
addiction.
Really?
Yes, we have.
Please, could you at
Okay,
least cite some
I
examples,
will
sir?
cite some example in the bad addiction whereby the world really knows that addiction is all about the negative aspect of
Okay.
maybe the tobaccos and the alcoholics, the
Okay, okay,
drugs.
okay. Sorry,
So,
sir. So,
but
so the world really understands the negative part.
yes,
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
so
Please continue.
and the positive side here is that there is something that when you discover within yourself that even your creator is what he has endowed in you to do. So when you discover it and then you put everything in you, it becomes an addiction. Okay, it becomes addiction to you. So when you move forward in doing it with all your might, as the creator said unto us, that the purpose of we living, we must do what? Love him with all our heart, all our mind, all our soul, all our spirit. This is one of the part of their positive addiction that we need, that every human need to abide to.
Okay,
So,
okay,
and another thing is in our lifestyle, if you want to excel in life, you look at that particular line and know and fix everything, all your attention to it. And then when you discover your purpose in life and then marry to it, it become
it means
addiction
you're
to you.
addicted to your
Yes,
purpose. Wow,
yes,
wow. So you just use the word marry, and
yes.
certain things are flying. Certain things are flying over my mind. So, oh my God, it means I'm addicted to purpose. Wow, that I'm married to my purpose. Okay, so Miss Christina John, could you at least cite some examples in the negative aspect of this addiction? You just said the positive side. So could you at least cite some examples regarding the negative side?
Okay, I could, if I heard him correctly, before citing the positive, he actually cited the negative as
Okay.
well.
Sorry.
He,
Okay.
he said something about addiction to marijuana and all those hard drugs.
Okay.
That's a negative addiction. When you're addicted to all those drugs,
Something that destroys you.
yes, and you know very well it destroys
Yeah.
you, but you cannot stop it. Like you can't bring yourself to stop. Sometimes you want to, but you just cannot because you're used to it. It's like the air you breathe. Without it, you cannot survive a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, there's gambling addiction. There are people that are addicted to gambling.
Okay.
That
Okay. Okay.
247, you see them, they are gambling.
That's never came to my mind. Wow. Wow. So someone can actually be addicted
Yes,
to gambling.
someone can be addicted to gambling
Okay.
as well as gaming.
Okay.
There are people that are addicted to gaming, and there's sexual addiction as well.
Okay.
And there's a very critical one. There's sexual addiction, and it's very critical, and people don't really take it to note. People don't really note it.
And people don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, people don't really want to talk about it because the truth is actually, if you tell someone, okay, if you are bold enough to talk to someone and tell the person, I'm a sexual addict, they'll be looking at you like, this person is not okay. You understand? Nobody really wants to talk about it. Nobody really wants to believe that someone can actually be addicted to sex. Yes.
Wow.
So those are actually negative addictions.
Wow, my God. I'm sure the worst here. So getting from what you've said now, you literally you are saying that addiction has advantages, right? Is that what you mean?
Not really.
Okay. So can you really tell us what you mean? Because if someone is addicted to sex, it doesn't mean that the person is a bad person.
No,
Okay.
no, it doesn't make
Okay.
see sometimes these things are, it's not like you willingly get addicted to these things. There are experiences that leads to this, that things that cause this addiction. You understand?
Oh, really?
Yes, there's a
Wow.
process that you pass through, and then you find yourself getting so used, so attached to this thing that you cannot bring yourself out of it. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just, you need someone to understand you. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. That you're addicted to sex does not mean you're a bad person. No, not at all.
Wow, wow. Pastor Manuel, please. Sorry, she just said something now, and I think my mind is wrestling with it. So I'm not really certain about what to believe or what not to.
Okay.
So please, can you at least say something regarding what she just said now? As a married person that you are, and I know you at least you have experiences regarding these things.
When we are talking of the negative side of addiction, the effect of it, we come to the understanding that, okay, let me just use the example that she just cited,
Cited, okay.
which is, I will put it right that it is risky sex. Risky sex. There are a lot of people that are being addicted to this, unknowing to themselves that
Yes.
is destroying
Them.
themselves
Okay.
psychologically,
Okay.
mentally, even in their mind.
Okay.
That at almost all the hours of their life, they don't feel comfortable. A day, 24 hours.
Yeah.
If this doesn't occur in their life, they are abnormal. They are abnormal. So there is no positive side when anyone is being
Addicted to something that destroys him.
Yes, addicted to something that destroys him or her.
Okay.
Yes. So there's no positive side on it.
Wow, there is no positive side, right? When someone indulges in something that destroys him.
Yes.
Wow, that's a line that's gotten into me. Okay, so having said these things already, I want us to say, are there really types of addiction? Is there something like that? Like someone can, is there something like types of addiction?
We have numerous types of addiction.
Wow.
So many.
I mean, what on earth? I'm
So
not
many.
even aware of this.
See,
So,
the world only come to the understanding that the tobacco, as we have mentioned, is addiction.
okay.
The drugs, the hard drugs, is an addiction, and then we come to the understanding of the alcoholic. No, it is far more than that. It's far more than that. We just mentioned risky sex here. Someone can be addicted to food. Food is type of addiction.
Wow.
Yes, shopping. You-
So, do you classify that into
Yes.
positive addiction? Being addicted. Can we say that
this food addiction can have been of positive and negative, because
Yeah.
the creator make us to understand that whatever thing that you do without
it.
controlling it, without discipline,
Discipline.
can become an harmful to you and harmful things to you. So we have shopping as an addiction. There are people that a day can pass, 24 hours can pass.
Amazing.
Yes,
Amazing.
there are people like that. And video games. Video games. There are a lot of people.
Oh my God.
There are a lot of people
I've
that
not done that in ages.
there are a lot of people that a day cannot pass without them with their video. No. You kill them. You kill them. So there are so many types of addictions.
Wow.
So many types of addictions.
Wow. Wow. Oh my God. So, sir, wait, like, because I think 2 weeks ago, a teenager walked up to me and then he asked me a question. He said, "Teacher, is playing video games bad?" And because I perceived the reason why he asked me that question, because I sensed that it's because his parents told him not to be going to game center. That's why he came to me as his teacher to ask me, is video games bad? And I knew how I was able to balance that up. So meaning that someone can be addicted to something that is good and yet the thing destroys him.
Yes, very
So can you help us balance things up here? Because I know that there are certain people that are watching us out there that they might not really get what we are saying in a balanced perspective.
Okay.
So can you balance these things up? How can we balance up this addiction so that we will not deprive ourselves of certain things in a bid to telling us, no, I don't want to be addicted to it, and yet we'll live balanced lives?
Okay.
Can you help balance up? Like, I know you are married, and then, sorry, I'm not trying to interfere in your personal matter.
Okay.
I know you have intercourse with your wife,
Okay.
and yes, you are not addicted to sex. How do you balance these things up? How do you balance it up?
Okay. When anything you do, you must look at it, the negative side and the positive side. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because we come to the knowledge of the world is at large are living under the 2H influences. Whereas whereby we can do a particular thing, at a certain point, it is good.
Okay.
But when you observe that at the end to destroy you, so what you have to do is to bring yourself back in a mindset of cautioning yourself, discipline yourself.
Okay.
I said no. Okay, I bring a side example. Like many years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, I got a phone that was worth over something thousand, and I discovered that my waking up is with this phone, my sleeping is with this phone, and everything I do is with this phone. And something keeps telling me, are you aware that you are addicted to this? By all your movement, you cannot have rest without the phone being by your side. So when this comes to me, I discover that truly I am addicted to it. I have to caution myself, discipline myself by giving out people this phone. I give out the phone to people so that I will be able to.
Sorry, like, did you hand over the phone to someone else, or okay, like you just give people around you, said, okay, you can use the phone.
Yes, it's some because
a bit to control.
Yes.
Wow.
Because when I discovered that it was something that I don't even allow people to come close to it, to see how far it was, how far I respected and honor, like in form of worshiping what can be controlled by me. So when I discovered it, I said, okay, this can be controlled by me. Then I have to let the phone out of my side.
Powerful. So is it that idea of giving people the phone to hold came to you, or you read it from somewhere? Like, is it that you discussed it with someone and someone gave you the idea? Because to me, I don't think I would give. You know how the world is. You might just give someone your phone and. So is it that you were giving your phone to the family members, or?
Yeah. When this came to me,
okay.
And the word of the Creator makes us to understand that whatever you value most, do consistently, becomes your God. You save it. It becomes your creator. Okay. Let's use the word for all the religion in the world. It becomes your creator. So when you constantly do these things and abide to it, it becomes a worship to you.
An idol.
Yes, become a worship to you. So when I discovered about this within myself, so I have to caution myself through the word of the Creator, which He has said to us that whatever we do constantly outside His will, that we become a creator. to us. So I have to discipline myself in that way. So I use the word of the Creator to balance myself.
Okay. Miss Christina John. Uh, you know, I I know that there are certain few effects of these addictions on the human psychology. You know, so you made mention of something. You said there are certain things that causes someone to be addicted. You said peer pressure and someone environmental stuff like that. So are there can you list some effects that these things, this addiction can really have on human psychology that can distort someone's level of thinking or reasoning in the right way?
Well, psychologically,
Okay.
addiction can affect human beings in a very bad way. When it comes to the chemical part of addiction, where you take these substances that are not good, your system might get damaged. You know. And then when it comes to other behavioral addiction, people will start thinking you're a bad person. Meanwhile, you yourself, you know you're not bad. It's not as if you want to do this thing, but you cannot help it. People start seeing you as a bad person. People will start avoiding you. And then, when you're addicted to drugs, there's how you appear. Your appearance is very different from normal people that are not
Yeah.
addicted to drugs. You start appearing like someone that is insane. And
Okay.
definitely,
Okay.
if you see someone that is insane, what will you do? You avoid that person.
Wow.
That if you this psychologically, it will like ostracize you from the society
Mhm.
to make you an outcast among people. You are in the midst of people, but you
But
feel
you are not
unwanted.
here. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So because of what you
Yeah.
there are certain people that they are very proud of being addicted to certain things, and they go away with these things. I have my life to live. Do not
See,
judge me. How do we
people
balance
that
that
are
up?
people that are addicted like that and they are very proud of it, it's from the scratch. It's from the way they were brought up, the way they saw things when they were small. As a kid, every little thing you picture is stuck in your brain.
Okay.
And then when you probably like the whites, most of their parents smoke in front of them,
Yeah, of
and
course.
they don't tell their children this is bad, don't do it. So automatically to them it is good to smoke. So now you, after in many years time, you approaching that person to tell that person smoking is bad, do you think that person will believe you?
Of course.
No, the person will be confidently telling you that smoking is good, and he or she is very comfortable with what he or she is doing.
And because he or
Yeah,
she had been seeing you doing that, you were very comfortable.
yeah.
Wow, wow. So an amazing content right there. Okay, so let me roll over to the next thing on my mind now. Sir, are there possible ways in which someone can, balance the way he or she is addicted to certain things? Like I know that something like food is very important for the body, okay, and there is no way someone can stay without eating food. But you have to control the way you eat it so that you don't get addicted to it. So, are there possible ways, measures someone can really take in order to help shake and balance this concept of addiction so that you won't be addicted and at the same time you won't be deprived of the food you are supposed to eat?
Or the possible way, number one is being caution. You have
Being
to
cautious,
you have
okay?
to
Be cautious.
caution yourself. You have to caution yourself.
Okay?
And when you observe that you are addicted to this particular thing and you know that it is
It's getting out of hand.
yes, it's getting out of hand. So as we have numerous addictions, and then as the psychological and that of the behavioral
Okay.
addictions.
Okay.
So when you discover these things and that the people that are living around you are not adopting it or appreciate it, maybe with all even the sample you cited of food, then you discover within yourself, even when you yourself eat too much food, you discover that you can't breathe much. So it's not something that a physician needs to come and tell you that you need to stop eating at this quarter or you need to eat by this quarter. So it is within yourself. You should use your ideology about what you observe within yourself and bring down yourself. So number one is caution. So you have to personal caution. So after that, you find out that number one possible way, if it is that of substance, okay, you can when this urge comes to you, when it comes to you, what you need to do is maybe you go out, you visit a friend, you visit your loved ones, people that you know that they will kick against what you are doing.
And they'll help you
Yes,
in a balanced way
yes,
that you will not feel
yes,
unwanted.
yes.
Okay?
So you can't go to a friend's house that are maybe adoring or welcoming that. So you have to visit people that are kicking against what
With
you are
love,
doing.
with love.
Yes, with love. And you go to maybe to worship center to get yourself, or you just pick a book and read. It's very important. When this urge comes to you, you pick a book and read. You play your game, your music. Okay, why is to worry with the time?
Okay, sir. Do you encourage someone who has been battling with addiction to at least visit a psychologist, at least to explain things to someone who is in that field, so that the person can be helped? Because there are certain people that are addicted to things and they don't have the ability to say it out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they believe that the society will
Nobody will
change them.
listen.
They
Criticize
believe that
them.
they criticize them,
Yes.
discriminated. So, are you advising that if someone is battling with something, he or she should come out open and ask for help? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Moreover,
Because if for instance, if I'm a foodie, if I love food so much, of which I do, but I'm not addicted. So if I am, for instance, if I were addicted to food,
okay.
would you advise me to at least visit a psychologist and explain things to him that I can't do it, that I just see myself eating food uncontrollably?
Yeah, it is possible. It is possible to go.
And it's advisable.
Yes, it's advisable to go to anyone that you know that it can put you
You have a
right.
capacity.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it loves you.
Okay.
Yes, someone that loves maybe to bring out the real
Best in
you.
you. Yeah.
Yes, the real you, the best. So that is the only thing can be advisable. You don't get to people that will put you or mount more pressure on you.
to become something else.
Yes, or people that will discourage you. So you
Stigmatize you
yes,
simply
so
because
you have to get to know that either I always patronize the counselors.
Okay, the counselors.
Yes.
The counselors.
So these people will really put sense in you. They will talk sense into you. They make you understand that foodie is bad.
Being a foodie is bad.
Yes, being a foodie is very bad. So
Wow.
you have to, because I appreciate the way they always conduct their
patients.
Yes, their patients and their client.
Okay.
So it's
It's
good.
advisable.
Yes, advisable.
Okay. Sir, I think this is the last question I'm putting to you before I wrap up with the other. Okay. I know you're a pastor and you've had some experiences in this your field. You know.
Okay.
Have you? Okay. What can you say about the people that you've counseled regarding certain things that they were addicted to and now they're able to come up with? What would be your advice? Or what have you? The
Okay.
experiences you've had in
Yes, I have experienced a lot of things.
Okay, can you cite some examples?
Like I met a brother who was masturbating.
Okay.
Constantly. I said a
We
little
don't
chance.
forget that is
Yes,
that,
it's one of the
that
addiction.
classified into the
Yes,
psychological.
Yes, psychological.
Okay.
So I met this young man who I mean, a little slighted time he has, chance he has, is to perform this act. So when it comes to me and disclose it because of when he hears the word of God.
Okay.
So he disclosed this. I said, okay, this is the only way. Number one, you can allow yourself to be locked within the door, you alone. Okay? And whenever this thing comes, find your way outside. Whether you go nowhere, just stroll around. Let people be around you. Move to your loved ones. Get people that if they see any slight movement of this, they will kick against it. This is how you can. So between a month, he came out with a very good testimony that truly when he partake of these guidelines and following the rules, he was able to come out. So there are many other people. I have a friend who is so addicted to smoking. One packet of cigarette is not enough for him a day. I mean a whole packet of cigarette. So when I met him, what I did was that I called him. I said, "Come, are you aware that you can stop this?" He said, "No, that he has tried on his own." I said,
He's not even aware that he can stop it.
he said, no.
Wow.
I said, "Okay, come, let me let you know. This is number one. You can stop this by what? By listening much to the positive words and the danger attached to this. Okay.
Create that
Yes,
picture on your
because
mind that
are
you are
you
building
are
yourself.
you aware that this causes cancer?
Yeah, of course.
It causes lungs disease.
Damage, yeah.
Yeah, and that of heart disease. So when you partake this thing constantly, are you aware that you are going to die premature? And moreover, let me point correction. A point to you. The very packet of cigarette you always bought.
It's written.
It's written there.
Smokers are
I
liable to die young.
So why are you killing yourself? You are killing yourself.
You know,
So
that's one of the things that is very.
no, in every addiction there is a spirit attached to it.
Yes.
There's a spirit that's attached to it.
And
Let's just leave the psychological aspect out of it. Let's go deep into the world at large and what controls the world. Okay, when we finish the psychological
There are
aspect,
energies,
yes,
spirits.
yes, there are forces that's maybe enables these things to come to manifestation. So that's why I can boldly say that addiction is another thing like saying worship or service, because through this you'll be able to discover that you are being forcefully impressed upon what you wouldn't have liked to do.
Excellent.
Yes, because when you discover that this thing people are kicking against it and you are doing it, so that to say that it is no more of your like, it is no more of your ability to do it, it is of an extra force that's embarking you. So how would you be able to do this? So when I encountered a brother that is smoking, I said, brother, this is your only way. Find yourself a worshiper. He said, how? I go to church. I lead in praise. I said, if you lead in praise? Wow. He said, yes. I said, okay, I will give you a sample of how you can stop smoking. And then he said, what? I have tried others. I said, you have not tried. The only way you can try it is when the urge of smoking comes, go and drink water. I said, go and drink water. He said, what is water? And I said, go and drink water. When you finish drinking the water, 10 minutes of sleeping. Take much of water that will control your system, and you will not even be able to be to have rest. So at this point, he said, no, I can't believe that. I said, just try it. It comes. We discovered that few months later, when I sighted him somewhere, I asked, you are still a smoker, but the lift is brighter now. He said, no. I said, how come about it? You said there is no possible way to stop smoking. He said, I just did what you said. And I constantly observe that each time I take much water and it occupied my system, I will feel weak and such mind when it comes to me at that time. So when I did it constantly, I discovered that, okay, I can avoid it in a day. I can avoid it in 2 days. So constantly it ran to a week and a month. So he said, I am free as a praise God. So
wow. Well, you know what? I can't just hold myself laughing because as he was saying that, I was under the training of a pastor at some years back, and this pastor was always telling us. I know he was pastoring us, so he told us that years ago he was addicted to alcohol. I mean, gin, you get, and he was addicted to this alcohol in such a way that he doesn't stay some hours without drinking it. Like he had to buy it into Ragolis water, the big one.
Yeah.
You get, so he goes with it. So like after certain times he will just take a shot, and if he does not take it, he'll be as if he will die. So when he had an encounter with Jesus, and then he was called into ministry, he he was still having the urge for the dry
Yeah.
gin. But he said the Holy Spirit gave him a tip. He should fill the Ragolis water with normal water. You get. So whenever he was hungry for something like that, he would take water. I mean, he said that in ages now he can't even remember having an appetite for stuff like that. And one of the things I discovered is that this thing grows with time.
Yeah.
When you're teaching a particular thing, it builds up spiritually,
Yes.
psychologically in your mind,
Yes.
and it gets to a point that it becomes a stronghold. You are not able to leave off it.
No, you can't
understand?
break
You are not able to stay without it.
Yeah.
So I'm to round this thing up. Miss Christina John, would you point out how someone can use time effectively in trying to make sure that he or she lives above these things? Because as someone is addicted to sex, it comes. You don't just practice sex once or twice and get addicted to it. Yes, it has to happen with time. So, can you at least show us some possible ways how you can stay out of being addicted to the sex using time also?
Well, like I said, it depends on what made you become an addict in the first place. It's a different thing if you consistently have sex and then you become an addict and then they call you sexual addict. And it's another thing if you get early exposure to sex, maybe through sexual abuse,
Oh,
rape, and the rest,
wow, wow,
and
wow.
then you find yourself wanting more of this and they call you an addict. Now, if you are sexually abused and then you find yourself getting addicted to it, it is very difficult to let go. Sometimes you might not even be able to talk to anybody about it, and talking to someone is actually the easiest way to avoid things like this. But when you're in a situation when you're not able to talk to someone about it, it keeps eating into you and you keep doing it more and more. At a point, you cannot let go.
Wow.
And so that's when the encounter comes.
Comes in. Okay.
That's when the encounter comes
Comes
in
in.
because you need the encounter
Yeah, of
to
course,
stop it.
of course, of course.
At that point, it's like it's a part of you. It's like your soul and your body.
Wow.
Now you cannot take out your soul and stay alive. No. So at that point, you need the encounter. You need Jesus
Of
in your
course.
life.
All right. So hello. You there that is watching on the screen. I hope you've heard all what we've said today. But before we round it up and call it a day, I I would want to at least hear something from you. And lastly, what would be your advice to someone who is watching and then there's someone out there that is dying, someone out there that has this passion, he wants to come out of it because
Yeah.
he or she realizes that this thing he
It's
is
not
not good,
helping.
it's damaging him or her, spiritually, psychologically, and the rest of it. So,
Otherwise.
but yet he or she lacks this ability to come out of it. What would be your advice to someone out there?
My advice to everyone out there who needs solution to come out of this addiction is number one, you must discover that it's a service or worship, that you are worshiping a particular thing. So what you need to do is bringing yourself back and discovering who you need to worship. From that way, you'll be able to neglect what is not of him that you need to worship. Because the word of God makes us to understand that when we commit a particular thing, we become a slave to that thing. So when you do that thing, you are a slave. When you have them, when this ideology comes to you that doing that thing, you are a slave to that thing, you should be able to pull yourself out and become a master.
And live superior.
Yes, become a master towards that thing. So that's the only way you can.
Sir. Sorry, something just came to my mind now. There's this part. I think I was going to another the other day, and I saw this part that says, "Sin will not gain dominion over you." As you are saying something like that, that should just came to my head.
Yeah.
So it means that we can actually live above it.
Yes.
Yes,
Wow.
it's possible.
Wow,
Yes.
wow,
It's possible.
wow. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So please, would you say something and then we call it a day?
Well, what I would say is, help cannot actually come to you if you don't decide to accept help. Okay, so you have to first of all make a decision that you want to live above these things. You have to first of all make a decision that you no longer want to be a slave to this thing.
Okay.
And then you talk to someone, come out. There are people that can help you. Try talking to someone because keeping to yourself is not going to help you. You have to talk to someone, decide, and then come out. Talk to someone. There are people out there that are willing to listen to you. Not everybody is going to judge you, no. There are people that will listen to you and actually help you and overcome whatever it is you're addicted to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Christina John and Pastor Emmanuel Ojo. I mean, I personally, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I mean, viewers out there, I believe that you have gotten one or two things from this. The reason why we are bringing this content to you is not in a bid to,
Discouraged.
in a bid to be discouraged or to feel bad. We long to see society grow above things that shouldn't cage us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the reason why we are bringing these values to you. Please, I would want you to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe and
Click
leave
on
your notification bell, please, so that whenever we update things like this, you can see how you can learn two things and then add to your life to live superior above these things.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Until we come your way again next time, this is Soft Peter.
Thank
I
you.
am Dan Tiapa. Thanks for having me.
IBOMBLOG.com